Hello, boys and girls. I've been invited to join you today to talk about a very important subject, me. Who knows what type of animal I am? Right, I'm a fly. I bet most of you have seen lots and lots of flies, haven't you? I'm told that you find us flies rather annoying. So I'm guessing that you've swatted at one of my billions of cousins at least once in your life. I'm wondering just how much you really know about us. For example, did you know that I could walk straight up a wall? I bet you can't do that, can you? I have thousands of tiny hairs on my feet that act like suckers. I am a housefly, the most common type, but there are many other fly species on Earth. A species is a group of plants or animals that are alike in important ways. Horseflies, robber flies, fruit flies, gnats, and mosquitoes have many different species that all belong to the same group. Scientists group animals into different categories. What different kinds of animals can you name? Yes, fish, snakes, frogs, birds, and insects are just a few of the animal groups that you know. Flies like me belong to the largest group of animals on Earth. Who knows which group is the largest? Insects! Insects are small animals with 6 legs and 3 main body parts. We flies are insects, and we share the planet with millions of other insects in different habitats. This has an infographic with some different insects. Small animals with 6 legs and 3 main body parts. For example, Mackenzie likes all kinds of insects, especially butterflies. But we can look and we see lots of different insects. Habitats. The natural homes or environments of plants and animals. For example, down at the bottom you see a desert habitat. Desert habitats are homes to plants, animals that can survive without regular rainfall. So you can see that lizard, he doesn't need a lot of rain to survive. Habitats are the natural homes of plants and animals. Can you name a few? Great, deserts, forests, mountains, grasslands, and tundra are some that you may know about. During the next few lessons, some of my fellow insect friends are going to teach you a lot of interesting facts about insects that live in different kinds of habitats. We insects live all over the globe, everywhere except the oceans. Insects can live in some very cold or very hot areas of the earth. We'll start today by looking at the meadow grasslands. Look over this field of alfalfa. Do you see any animals in this picture? It looks just like an ordinary grassy field without much going on, doesn't it? But don't be fooled. This field is teeming with life. If you sat down in the middle of this meadow and closed your eyes, you would likely hear birds singing, but you might be completely unaware of the often silent, hidden world of insects all around you. Many insects depend on plants to live. Many insects eat plants and lay their eggs on plants. The plant on which the insect lays its eggs and which provides food for its young acts as the host and is called a host plant. Each host plant attracts different types of insects. Many insects would die without their host plants because they had developed very specific diets needed to live. Host, a plant or animal in which another organism lives. Example, milkweed plant is the host for the monarch butterfly. And we see some clownfish in the anemone. We see the groundhog in the ground and the butterfly in the flower. Many meadow plants attract grasshoppers. Grasshoppers feed on leaves and stems of the alfalfa plant. Harder to find is the tiny leafhopper, but it's wedge-shaped insect that can slow down the plant's growth, turning it brown as it sucks the nutrition from the host plant. That makes me think about how the leaves lose their color and the green, and then they change color and they fall, and a lot of them do turn brown. I wonder if they take the nutrients from the leaves too. Many insects, such as these tiny aphids, can damage entire meadows. Grasshoppers, leafhoppers, and aphids are all pests. Farmers are never happy when they discover them on their plants because they can destroy their crops. But not all insects are pests. Did you know what this insect is called? That's right, it's a ladybug. Did you know that ladybugs are some of the most helpful insects on Earth? They feed on aphids, and it's eggs of moths and beetles that destroy the crops. Lacewings, do you see the one that has the green one on top of the leaf? Lacewings and ambush bugs, the one that's down at the bottom, also eat aphids. So farmers are happy when they see these insects on their plants from the grasslands. Let's move on to the forest habitat. Both cone-bearing evergreens and trees that drop their leaves each year live in the forest. So we learned about those last time too with our life cycles. Lots of insect activity takes place overhead in the forest, but many insects also live on the forest floor. Can you think of any? Yep, in the picture we see ants. Ants are one of the most common insects on Earth. They live in the forest. Unlike many of us solitary insects that live on our own, ants are social insects that live in colonies or groups. Let's look at an especially interesting social ant that lives in the rainforest. So an example of that word was solitary. It means living alone or in pairs. An example is a solitary fly circled the food-covered table alone before landing on the ham sandwich. And then social is kind of the opposite or the antonym, living together in organized communities. The example is a social honeybees worked through the night to take care of the queen bee. So they're working together as opposed to being alone. This is an army ant. Army ants travel in big raiding parties that cooperate to hunt prey. They resemble or look like an army of soldiers as they move across the ground together in a large group. These ants are known for swarming their prey all at once, which means the swarm can attack a lot of the prey at the same time. You'll learn more about ants another day, so let's take a quick peek at one more forest insect. This beetle is named for the long, large horn at the front of its head. Does its horn look like that of any other animal that you might already know? I'm thinking of a much larger animal. Yes, a rhinoceros. The rhinoceros beetle uses its horn for digging hideouts and finding food along the forest floor. Male rhinoceros beetles use their horn for wrestling with other males in an effort to win over a female beetle. The male that succeeds in throwing the other off the branch gets the female rhinoceros beetle. What kind of insects could live in the coldest habitats? There are many types of flies in the tundra. This very cold habitat, including houseflies like me. This Arctic crane fly has amazingly long legs. And guess what? Adult crane flies have no mouths, so they never eat. Here's another fun fact about them. That's not too surprising. They only get to live for a few days. Some insects are aquatic, meaning that they live in or near the water. Here's one that you might have seen in the rivers, ponds, or streams. This insect is a dragonfly. A few minutes ago, however, I told you that there is one large water habitat that does not support life of insects. Do you remember what that habitat is? Yes, the ocean. Let's look at the globe again. The Earth is covered by more land or more water? Right, nearly 2/3 of the Earth is covered by water. Most of the water is in our oceans. Think about it. Oceans are the world's biggest habitat, yet no insects live there. But insects, found only in 1/3 of the Earth's surface, are still the largest group of animals on Earth. Flies, grasshoppers, ants, caterpillars, beetles, these are all insects, yet they look quite different from one another. Different shapes, sizes, and colors. So what makes an insect an insect? You'll find out next time. In the meantime, be thinking about how a fly is like a grasshopper or a beetle is like an ant.